Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about hiring a VA, what it's all about, how I'm using it as a tool to expand my business. And yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you stay tuned. But first, if you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I am a full-time reseller as well as a mom. We have 5 kids in the home currently. But yeah, so I'm a busy mom, and reselling is my full-time income, but I do not have full-time hours to apply to it. So I have to get really creative in how I use my time. So as I mentioned, we have 5 kids living at home, and my youngest, actually her birthday's tomorrow. She's going to be 2. And she is just a ball of energy. So I spend like 90% of my time chasing her around. She has so much energy, and she's just like always getting into trouble. So it makes it very limited how much time I have. And most of my actual like dedicated work time comes when she's napping. So I get like 2 hours a day where I can just like crank out as much work as possible. So because of that, I know what my limitations are. I know exactly how much I can get done in that time that I have. And of course, I do other little tasks when she's with me, but I'm constantly getting distracted and pulled away when I'm trying to do those things. So I know exactly how much I can get done in a day. And I know if I want to expand my business or take on other new tasks that I need to outsource some help. So that's what we're talking about today. I've actually tried a few different VA services. I currently am using a VA service, or a virtual assistant, if you don't know what that stands for, called Hammoq, and it's spelled Hammoq, which I will have linked down below. So this service, the reason I am using this one and enjoying this one right now, because I have tried other ones in the past, but this particular one, they specialize for resellers. They were created for resellers, so all of their assistants that they have working for them are all trained for this purpose. So they list on all the different platforms. Whatever platform you're on, they will probably list there. And they do cross listing as well. They also have some like, they do have some other services they offer, like accounting and stuff, but currently I'm only using them for listing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But check out their website if you're interested in using them for other services as well, because they do have other services that they offer. But I just have them listing, and I have them listing for me on eBay, and I'm going to get into why I am doing that in just a second. But yeah, I'm actually working with Hammoq on this video. So thank you so much to Hammoq. So I am going to talk a little bit about how I'm using it to work for me, but I'm going to have some timestamps below because we're going to discuss a bunch of different things about Hammoq in particular, but just how a VA service can benefit your business and how you can really utilize it to, make more income, because that's what we all care about. Bottom line is, if you're going to be spending money on anything for your business, you want to make sure that it's something that's going to pay you back. So that's what I wanted to discuss. So I'll have timestamps about, down below showing you guys. I'm going to show you how to use their app to actually upload your drafts, and then what the drafts look like once they've completed them and all of that. So all those timestamps will be down below. But first I want to talk about how I'm using it personally to benefit my business, and some tips that I have for when you know you're ready for a VA, and how you can make sure that you're utilizing your VA to the maximum in order to get that return on your investment. So first of all, like I mentioned already, my time is very limited, and I know for me, the time that I have available, I can list 10 items a day. That's it. Very rarely, I might try to list a little bit more than that, but if I try to go over that 10 a day average, it gets stressful for me. I just can't maintain it. So what I can maintain with the time that I have is 10 listings a day. So that includes, you guys all know, as resellers, there's a lot that goes into listing 10 items a day. You have to do the photographs, measurements if you do measurements. I personally do not, because I don't have the time and I don't feel like it's worth it, but that's a video for another day. You have to do all the photographs, you have to prep the items, you have to go find the items, bring them home, sourcing and all of that. So, and then after you list them, you have to do some sort of inventory tracking and put them away in your inventory. And then you also have the additional steps of shipping and all of that. And then if you're on Poshmark, you have sharing. So, I mean, there's all these other things that go into listing items besides just the physical typing in your listing, right? So I know 10 items a day is what I have time to manage. I have the ability to do that and then cross post those items. That's all I have. So if I want to list more than 10 a day, I need help. Or if how I'm using it right now actually is not to be able to list more than 10 a day. I'm using it to be able to diversify my income in other ways, which I want to just really quick touch on. So there's, I feel like, two ways that you could use a VA assistant is either to increase how much you're listing or have them do what you would normally list so you can step away and achieve other tasks that will make you money. That's how I'm using it right now, is that second way. Once I get caught up on some of these other tasks that I wanted to accomplish, I will start listing myself too then. That way I can basically double my listings. I'll list 10 a day personally and I'll have them list 10 a day for me. Right now, I'm just having them list 10 a day and I'm doing some other things. I hope that makes sense. So for me personally, I'm using that free time that I would normally be listing to drive our ice cream truck, which I'll link the video up here in case you missed it. We own an ice cream truck. It's middle of summer and I only have one driver, my teenage daughter. So if I want it to get out more than she's able to take it out, I have to personally go. So that takes time out of my week. Now, I don't go every single day, but that's a few hours a week that I would normally be doing my eBay business. So I've used that time, or I've given that task to my VA through Hammock, and that way it allows me the time that I need to go out and drive the ice cream truck. And then I'm also using the rest of the time that I would normally be here doing the listing to get back into YouTube. So if you guys didn't notice, I had taken a very long break, like 4 months, I think. It was a very long break from YouTube because I just did not have the time to sit down and film videos and then edit the videos. That all takes a lot of time as well. And when when you have these just very strict time restraints, you really have to prioritize what makes the most money. And at that time, it was for me to be listing and running my reselling business, and YouTube just wasn't paying enough to make it worth my time. But now that I have hired this VA, I want to get back into doing YouTube videos. So here I am, able to share this knowledge with you guys. So that is what I'm using it for right now. And then I really, really do need to do an inventory. I have not done inventory, I think, ever on my business, and I've had it going for like years. So I really need to do an inventory. I just need to go through and make sure that everything that's in my bins is listed and then cross-posted everywhere. Because right now, just for example, I have over 1,900 listings active on my Poshmark, but I think I only have 1,200 on eBay. Because I used to always post to Poshmark first and then cross-post to my other platforms. I'm trying to switch that to eBay being the primary, but in order to do that, I need to make sure everything that's on Posh needs to be on eBay too. So that is what I'm working on right now, getting caught up on. And all of those tasks that I'm doing on the side over here are going to make me more income so I can justify spending what I'm spending on Hammock. So that's how I'm using it. All right, so we are going to be talking about Hammock. And if you guys have not already signed up and you are interested in signing up, make sure to use my link down below. It is an affiliate link, but you will receive $25 off your first month, which you can use to creating your listing. So that'll give you like 22 listings or something. I can't math in my head, but over 20. So that's quite a few free listings. So make sure you use that link down below. Okay, let's get into cost next. So costs for this service. So it is actually a subscription service, but I'm going to explain how the subscription works because even though you're paying a subscription fee, you're using that towards your listings. So you do have to pay, I think it's either 99 or 100, I can't remember now, but somewhere around the $100 mark, you have to pay monthly. But that goes as like a credit into your account. And then every time that you list an item, it deducts from that credit. So you're basically just committing to purchasing at least $100 worth of listings or cross listings or whatever you're using their service for. So you're basically saying, I'm going to use your service at least $100 this month and every single month. But I find that for me and what I'm doing, I'm exceeding that. So I'm actually having to add more funds, and it's very easy. You just link your card and then you add the funds directly on the app or from their desktop. I pretty much use their app for everything. I never go into their desktop anymore. I did when I like signed up my account, but I find that their app is just really convenient. You can do everything from your phone. So yeah, it is the fees involved. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the fees for listing because that's what I'm using it for, but all of the information is on their site if you want to use their other fees or their other services like the cross listing and their accounting services. It's very plainly laid out exactly what they charge for everything. So they do charge $1.45 per listing. So with other VA services that I've used in the past, you're paying hourly for those services. And I actually prefer this method. I find that it's actually pretty close to what I was paying my hourly VA that I've used in the past. It broke down to being very similar amount, but I like that it's very set. So the reason I like that is because I feel like you know exactly what to expect. So if you know you want them to list 10 items a day, you know exactly what that's going to cost, you know. So with my other VA, I would, you know, give her the drafts for her to complete, and I wouldn't know if that was going to take her an hour or if it was going to take her an hour and a half. So it kind of would fluctuate a little bit more. With this way that they charge, you know exactly what you're paying. As long as you know exactly how much you want them to list, which I think most people would, then you know exactly what you're going to be paying every week, and you can really map it out and budget for it. So that's what I really like about it. With how much I'm doing, I'm having them list 10 items a day. It's about $100 a week, so about $400 a month. So I can budget that in. I know that's what I'm spending, and I know I'm getting those 10 listings a day. So I really like that. It's just easier for my accounting and easier in my head. It just makes more sense to me. So I really appreciate that. Now, I think a lot of people are going to say $1.45 a listing is very high. Like I said, I kind of did the math based on what I was paying hourly to another VA service, and it really is not significantly higher or lower. I feel like it's pretty close to what I was paying there. Like I said before, like you have to factor in, is this going to help me expand my business? Am I going to be able to make more money? And if the answer is yes, then it makes sense. If you don't think you can, then it's probably not the right time for you to hire a VA, or if you don't have enough other things that you need to be working on or enough inventory to increase what you're listing each week, then it might not make sense to you. Hopefully that all makes sense. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, one more really big thing I wanted to say about the pricing. The $1.45 for listing, because that is kind of a little bit high, I really wanted to maximize my bang for my buck. And that is why I'm having them list on eBay, because listing on eBay, as any of you who are on eBay and Poshmark and other sites know, eBay is a beast, and it definitely takes the longest to list there because there's so many drop downs. And I'm going to show you in a little bit exactly how many drop downs they fill out and what their listings look like when they're done completing the drafts, so you can see. But they're very thorough. I'll just tell you now, they're very thorough. So they get a lot of those drop down menus, and I feel like they do a much better job on my eBay listings than I was previously doing. Because I was posting to Poshmark first and then cross-posting to eBay and only filling out like the required drop-down menus to make it a quicker process. And I do find that I am getting a better traction on my listings that they created for me because I have so much more information filled out than what I was previously doing. So I definitely recommend that. And then that way once I get the listing from them and I post it onto eBay, I go ahead and personally cross-post to my other sites. Like I said, they do have a cross-posting service. I just found that I can continue to do the cross-posting myself, so I didn't need to pay that extra. But if I found that I still needed to free up more time, I could go ahead and do that as well, because they do offer that in addition. So that's how I'm using it. That's how I recommend using it as well. Like, just really look at your business and see, is this something that I need right now? Do I really need to hire somebody to help? And it's definitely a lot more affordable to hire a virtual assistant than to hire like an actual assistant, someone to come in your home and help you with tasks. So, and definitely listing and cross-listing is one of those things that pretty much anyone can do. So I definitely highly recommend it. I should have said this earlier in the video, but You'll see it when I'm doing the drafts and everything. But the nice thing about this VA service also, they only need photos. So you just take photos of the item and then you upload it into their app, which you'll see in a second, and then they do all the work from there. So it's really, really easy. Now, if there's any like specific information you want to give them, like if you know a style name and you want to just like pop that into the notes, you can do that. You'll see me doing a couple notes to my VA when I'm uploading my drafts. And then if there's anything unique about the item, like it just takes a second to add any of those notes. So I will pass that kind of stuff on. Like sometimes if I want them to put in a specific keyword, like say cottage core, if I feel like it's a very cottage core item and I want that keyword in there, I'll just put like, please enter cottage core keyword. So stuff like that, you can definitely give them that advice. Or if you want to just burn through it quickly, which I do sometimes, I just give them the minimum. I'm just like, here's the photos, you do the rest. I'll, revise anything if I need to, and then just let them do it, which is most of the time how I do it, because I just want to get my listings up as quickly as possible, and they have the expertise, so they can definitely build that listing for you. So let them do it. Give that task away. Delegate. It's hard sometimes because we're like a one-man show with this business and we do everything, so it can be kind of hard to let go of a little bit of control sometimes. But that's why I really like Hammoq, because they've been amazing. Like I feel like with my last VA, there was a lot of back and forth trying to teach her how I wanted things worded, and I just felt like there was a lot of errors, frequent errors that I always had to go back and either fix or talk to her and be like, next time, let's do it this way. And with this, I don't think I've ever had to really do that. There's been just a couple times where like I was missing information with like a size. I forgot to take this picture of the size of an item and they asked me about it. But overall, I have not had a lot of like back and forth of having to fix anything. So it's been fantastic. It's freeing up a lot of time for me and I really have been enjoying it. So I definitely wanted to give you guys all of that input and information in case you're making the decision whether or not to hire a VA service yourself. And now let's get into how Hammoq works, because I did find out of everything, my experience with Hammoq so far, I found that they're really great at building the listings and the work that they're doing is really great. But there was a little bit of learning curve for me with their systems, because I feel like I just had a lot of technical difficulties in the beginning. So I wanted to show you guys how it works so that you can learn from my mistakes. A couple times I accidentally uploaded the same item to be drafted like 2 or 3 times, and then I got charged for each one of those. So make sure that you're like have a system so that you don't accidentally do that, because that could be costly. But okay, let's get into some footage. I feel like I've been talking forever. My throat is dry. But yeah, so I'm gonna first show you guys how to upload your photos to create a draft, and then what they do with that information and how they build your listing. So that's what we're gonna get into next. All right, so I apologize for the terrible audio, but here's my Hammoq app. When you open it up, this is what it looks like. So right now we're looking at submitted drafts. So this is the one item I had already previously submitted, and now I'm showing you how to submit new ones. So you go into the little photos, and then actually you can see I had some photos. So what I'm doing now is bringing up new photos. You kind of have to close the app and then reopen it to do that. And now it says select more photos. So that's what I did in order to get that to pop up. Sorry about the weird selfies there. And now I'm just selecting photos of all of the products I had already photographed that I wanted them to list for me. And don't worry about what order you're selecting them here. This is just to bring them into their system. Once they are in, once you've got them selected, then you can select the individual items in the order that you want the photos. So you just go randomly select all the photos of the items that they're going to be listing, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm skipping a few, you'll see, of things that I wanted to list myself. But yeah, once you do that, then you have to click the back button and then it will refresh. So there's just a little bit of like trial and error figuring out how to get things to refresh with their site sometimes, because it does get stuck, but it's pretty easy once you learn. All right, now I'm adding notes because with my shipping, I pretty much tell them how much to charge for shipping because I just kind of guesstimate based on weight of an item. So this was a really lightweight blouse. So I figured I could ship it first class and $4 or under. So I just charge $4 to the buyer and that's it. And then I submit it. And you can see it has this little arrow, and then as it's loading, the entire little square there will fill up with green. And once it's done, you'll see a little green check mark. Don't exit your app before you see the little check mark, and don't let your screen like go, into screensaver mode. Otherwise, it won't upload. And I did do that by mistake a couple of times, and I think that's how I ended up uploading things multiple times. I couldn't figure out what the heck I was doing, but as long as you're smarter than me, you guys will be all right. So now I'm going on to the next one so you guys can see how simple, just selecting all the photos. You notice I did select first the photo that I wanted to be like the main photo, so that I always select that first so that they put it in that order. And then once again, just telling them how much to charge for shipping. And that's pretty much it. And then I go ahead and submit the upload, and I sit there and wait. And that's my knee, by the way. You can see there sitting at my table while I'm doing drafts and eating lunch. So that's what we're looking at there. But it does take a little bit for them to submit sometimes. So yeah, you just kind of have to wait. I just got an offer, as you can see, on an item they had drafted for me the day before, so that was exciting. I did end up accepting that offer and took that. All right, so that one is done. That is how easy that part is. So now I wanted to show you guys submitted. These are the ones that have been submitted to them. And once I fill that with 10 items, then I'm done for the day. These are the drafts that they had already created for me, and in order to go ahead and make them live on eBay, I just go into my eBay store, and I'll show you that next. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the drafts that that they completed for me last night. I already made some of them go live because we didn't need that many examples for this video, but let's go ahead and open this one, which is at the top here. This is a pair of Abercrombie jeans. So as you can see, they fill everything out for you. They do your title, they select the condition, so they do all of the stuff that is obviously required, but they do so many of the optional drop downs, which when I'm really bad at eBay listings, you guys. When I do eBay listings, I kind of fill out the bare minimum, maybe select one or two of the additional drop downs, but my eBay sales are just really not where they should be for how many listings I have active on there, and I feel like this might be my problem. So it's really nice how much they actually do fill out all of these different drop downs. And then they do fill out your description. They're very thorough with that. They fill out the price based on what they think is accurate. You can tell them a price. I just let them do the market research. And for a lot of items like these jeans, I've sold Abercrombie jeans before. I kind of know what ballpark they'll sell in. Usually I try to start them around like 25 and hope to get 20, but they're telling me to do $18.99. That's kind of in the ballpark of where I want to be, so I'll go ahead and just leave it there. And then I told them what price to set for the shipping. I told them to do first class $7. These are really tiny size of jeans, so they are not going to weigh very much. I think they're only like 20. Oh, they're 26. They should still be under a pound, but barely. So I did say $7 because if it's over a pound, I just do the $8 flat shipping, and then I just shove it in the flat rate mailer. But this should be able to ship first class. So then all I have to do is click list. Like, that seriously is how simple it is. So I will kind of look it over real quick as you saw me do. I'll just kind of scroll down and make sure everything looks okay. Make sure, like, if there's a flaw, I'll check what they put for the description, because I take like detailed pictures of flaws. So let's say it's got a little stain or something, I'll take a detailed picture of that, and if they miss that in the draft, then I'll make sure that I enter that. Let's look at these shoes. Actually, that's what I want to look at next, because I was going to tell you guys, anything that you don't like listing is a good thing to have them list for you. So these sneakers I actually got in a shoe rescue box from ThredUp probably 6 months ago, and they have been sitting in my death pile. Definitely the oldest thing in my death pile. I just seriously did not want to list these because I don't
I don't source sneakers at all. I just don't know that much about them, and I feel like they're their own whole different ball game. Like I just don't know that much about sneakers. I sell a lot of shoes, but usually it's like sandals and heels and things like that, but not a lot of sneakers. I need to learn more, but the reason I'm telling you all this, I have avoided listing them because I didn't want to do the research. So I figured I'll draft or let them draft it for me, let them do the research because I need to get these listed. So excellent condition. I'm actually going to put that these do need some cleaning. They have, as I don't know if you guys can see that, but on the sole, the rubber sole, has this texturing that is really weird and it made it extremely difficult to clean. I usually clean that rubber part of the sneaker at the bottom with just a magic eraser, Mr. Clean magic eraser, and it just takes that right off. But it wouldn't get into those little grooves very well. So then I tried a toothbrush and I tried something else too. Oh, Clorox wipes. I could not get those clean. So I'm going to make a note of that because yeah, I feel like that's kind of a unique situation. How do I want to word this? We're going to change it to good condition. Good condition. Sorry. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. Condition. I'm so tired. I need some coffee. In good condition, has discoloration on the white rubber part of the shoe. See photos. I always put see photos because I try to take photos. Anytime there is an issue, I take photos. And you can see I try to take some close-ups of that condition issue. Okay, so other than that, we'll just check everything. They call them running shoes. I don't know that those are running shoes really. I would call it more of a high top. Is that? Just call it a sneaker. It's not really a running shoe. Okay, so it's US size 8, sports, breathable, comfort. Okay, yeah, I let them do all this. See, they even know like the name of it or whatever. I don't know any of that stuff. Sneakers, that's something I really do need to learn, you guys, because I know that's a good market, but I just walk right past them in the store. All right, so $45 is what they said on those. I'll trust their judgment. I don't sell sneakers, so I don't know. And then I told them to charge $14 for shipping because they're heavy and shoes, especially larger shoes like that, cost a lot to ship. I'm hoping I can fit it in a medium flat rate. If I can't, then I'll just pay the difference on shipping if it costs more than that. All right, so we're going to list this item as well. And that's seriously how fast it is, you guys. So between the uploading the photos to drafts and actually completing the drafts, usually I do this from my phone and I'll do it when I'm drinking my coffee in the morning and it takes me like 5 minutes to submit. I usually give them 10 to 15 items a day to draft. So it takes me like a minute a piece or less, probably less than that really. So yeah, that's it. I'll do one more with you guys. So pre-owned, excellent condition. And yeah, that's all accurate. Yep. Price $24.99. That's a little high, but we might as well start it there. I actually have a discount on my store right now anyways. So $4 to ship. It's super light. So list that item. Done. That took what? 20 seconds. And I was talking, so it took me a little longer. So yeah, it's really a quick process, you guys. So yeah, that's it. I just really wanted to show you guys how easy it is to submit the drafts, and then also kind of their work and how well they do with filling these out. So all right, that's it for this portion of the video.
All right, you guys, I know that was a long video and a lot of information, but I really hope that was helpful for you guys, and I hope you found some good information here. If you want to join Hammoq yourself, I do have down in the description, I have a link as well as a coupon code, so make sure that you're checking that out also. But thank you guys so much for sticking around for that really long video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And yeah, that's it for me. Have a great day, guys. See you next time. Bye.